Hey, everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another LEGO Super Mario set. Sorry it's been a while if you've been kind of keep following along, but this is the one of the last sets in the Princess Peach set was Series 5, I think. This is Fliprus Snow Adventure. This is one of the bigger sets. So yeah, let's just hop in. We'll do it like we always do, is we'll kind of look over the entire set and then we'll sort of break it down. Of course, we're going to have Peach help us again. And then we also brought along Mario, but we got Snow Mario because we're in a snow stage. This has a lot of really interesting and unique stuff in there. So you kind of see from the expansion we have about 5 different areas. We have like this snow area a little over here. We have like this ice pond. We have the campfire. We have Fliprus, and we have the little penguin, which is called Baby Penguin. So yeah, let's break these down one at a time. I'm going to kind of snap each piece off, and we'll kind of look at each piece in a little bit more detail. Alright, I'm going to zoom my camera back down here. Whoops. I've already revealed the hidden treasures. Alright, so we have this little set here. Let me even back up a little bit more, I guess. So the snowman guy here, you know, snowman, so you got a little wooden arm there. Doesn't actually have a name listed on the box. I went and looked him up. He's called Blizzard or Mr. Blizzard. In the any of the lore and all that stuff. But yeah, so we got some like ice features. We had a couple other ice things. This is a really neat idea. If the characters stand on the blue, they get snow on them, which is really cool. It's a new feature they added in there. And they can kind of pounce on there to get some snow effects. Alright, then we have a couple different things we can do. First of all, we have... So this guy can actually rotate around. Oh, and then if he rotates, he does that. Just kind of a neat little thing. His head kind of falls off. So the idea is if you hit him or knock him down, or if you stand on here, you knock his head off. And then he can roll down and fall into the next area or whatever. But that's, yeah, kind of just a neat little thing. Otherwise, he doesn't do anything else. So if we have him set up next to the other thing he's down there, then if we flip this around, we have a little trigger back there. So if we hit this trigger, we knock our ice guy off. And this is a Freezy. We've seen these guys before in the mystery packs. And they're going to give us a frozen effect, which it takes a little bit to break off, or if you step on fire. So you're going to have to find like some sort of fire flower or something like that to be able to take one of these guys out. Yep. So we do... Alright, so there's that guy. But if we did this, we also knocked down, we have a flower or a fruit. So we had some more fruits out of this. This is the first blue one we had, I believe, unless there's one in another. So it might be the other one. But the fruit, of course, gives us, you can eat it. That gives us a little star power, which doesn't help us there anyhow. Well, it was interesting. Well, that's kind of cool. I like something like this too, as well, as you could potentially hide something else in there, a different thing. As long as you can have it on a little stand. I like anything where you get to hide extra things. You could put different enemies in front of there. Cool. Alright, so that's part 1. And let's pop off this piece here. Here's part 2. We have a little ice pond with a kind of slide around in there. We have the red Koopa Troopa. So if you stand on there, you just get your regular ice. That's the idea, it's just a slide around down there. Now I wanted to see if Mario with his ice power did anything different. Nope. You can throw that snowball at the Koopa. Then, of course, Koopa Troopa, just regular guy, takes the 2 stomps. Could be nothing special, but hey, more Koopas are always an extra thing. Then we have a little campfire, which is kind of a neat little idea. We have little benches. Mario and Peach can sit there and warm by the fire. I love like the marshmallow moves. Plus another neat thing there is because this is a fire spot, if I take this freezy and I freeze Peach, if I jump over the fire, normally it takes a second to break. If you get onto the fire, if I can get onto a red spot, it melts it like almost instantly. So that's kind of a neat thing. And then of course there's a little interaction spot there, which will give her a little fire symbol on her chest. I'm gonna see if I can get this up closer to the camera. So you get a little roasty fire thing. That's kind of cool. I can get one from Mario too. Yeah, look how instantly that went away when I sat by the fire. Normally, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Takes 5 seconds to disappear. If I freeze them, step on the fire, just drops away. So definitely an interesting thing there. Now, if we connect these back together. Oh, I have this on the wrong side. And again, what's always fun with these is you can connect these in any order. But if I had this connected back to this, how they kind of showed it, and I have my Koopa just kind of hanging out on here. Peach jumps up here, and she does this. And I can drop down the idea is you can knock the turtle out with that. It didn't obviously happen. I didn't have him standing in the right spot. I think I'm supposed to have him standing on that piece. Let's try it again. If I can get this to line up right. There we go. Yep, so I guess just gonna turn this quick. And missed him again. Well, that's kind of a neat idea of what you can do with something like that. Alright. Let's scooch that entire thing off to the side. Let's move our little snowmans. Peach, wake up. Alright, then we have Fliprus himself. So this is kind of a neat one. I'm going to pop the penguin off here for just a moment. And just kind of look at him, pick him up, look at him. Yeah, so he's kind of one of the neat characters from the game. The only thing, he's sort of like the piranha plants in some of the other ones. He's attached to the base. So you can't pick him up and move him around. This entire base and this entire mechanic is attached to him. But what you need to do is jump on this part to knock these balls off. And the idea is that he throws some balls at you. And then you can jump onto his spot there. And I think he took 3 hits. Yeah, so he's all tied in there, so it's kind of a neat idea, mechanic with him, that he's sort of tied into it. Although I do like when they're able to be taking off and used in different areas, and things like that. I also like the little ice balls, because you can put other things in there, which is always a neat idea. So if I can pop one of these back open. We can always hide our little fruit in there. So it could be like a gift. So if you launches that, and then you can break it open and get your fruit that way. It's probably big enough to fit like maybe a Goomba in there. I'm not sure. But for sure like a treasure block or something, you could put like a question mark block or power up in there. Maybe that's how you unlock like a POW. But that's definitely fun as well. I also love all the trees. Alright, so then the last thing we have is Baby Penguin. So if you're from Super Mario World, or Super Mario 64, you're going to recognize this little fella. So we can just go ahead and talk to him. Of course, he's on the ice spot, so we get the cold. Whoops! Trying to hold this up. There we go. And then like anybody else, when you talk to him, you just get a heart. I occasionally get that little nice from him. Now I do wonder if we can give him the flower or the fruit. You can go with lots of the Toads and the Yoshis, so let's see if we can do that with this guy. So we'll give Peach that first, and we'll pick him back up. And we walk over.
You're welcome.
Yep, and then you give him the piece of fruit. Alright, and then he of course pops off, so you can put him somewhere else, all that cool stuff. Alright, so that's what we have for Fliprus Adventures. Yes, definitely some new stuff. New piece of fruit, some different mechanics. The fire was kind of a neat thing. Honestly surprised there were no other power-ups in here. Usually one of these always had either like a question mark block or a like a POW switch or a superstar or something, or it was just a coin block. And there was none of that. You get the food, you get to talk to some people, three different enemies, 4 if you count the Blizzard Snowman, but definitely a fun little set. Well, one big set. So that's what we have for this one. Stay tuned, coming up like in the future, around August or so of this year, this came out, will be the next set, which will be Donkey Kong stuff. So it's actually going to be really exciting to get a show off. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.